everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone present on that side. I again welcome everyone present on that side on the Live Physics VK channel, and here we are again present to continue our topic that we are dealing on the Live Physics VK channel, that your next topic or our next topic that we are going to work for the class 12, and the topic is electric potential. So up to here what we have discussed in the electrostats. So till now we have discussed about the electric force in the electrostats and the electric field. So we have done the electric force and electric field, and as per our plan now we are going to work on the next topic, and that topic is electric potential. Okay, so you can say this is our 1.3 as per the plan that I discussed at the starting. So now we are going to discuss about the electric potential, and about that word potential I know most of you are familiar that we use this word potential in the class 10th. The chapter was electricity. So now we are going to start with the same concept and the definition and the concept that you study in the class 10th. The concept and the definition is the same, but the only thing that we have to enhance it up to our next level. So let's start with that. So let's suppose everyone we have discussed about this thing. So imagine that we have a positive Q amount of the charge, and every charge have its own specific region in which this charge can show its influence to other charge. And what is that region is called? Definitely that region is called as electric field. So we have our main charge plus Q. Around that plus Q charge or around that charge we have a region in which its influence can be experienced by other charge, and that region is called, you are familiar with that, and this is called your electric field. So we have done this. So now let's suppose we have a P point, and at that P point what we have? Q naught. And what is the meaning of Q naught? Q naught stands for the test charge, you all know that, and by default this has always been positive. So we have a source charge, we have its electric field, we have a test charge which is at a P point. But initially what is the location of that P point, or you can say what is the location of that test charge? It is outside of that electric field of the source charge. So this is our source charge, and the test charge initially present outside the region of that electric field, means outside that influence area, or whenever anything which is present out of any range we specify that position with the infinity. So where is that initial test charge presently? It is infinity. Infinity word means we do not know what is the exact location of that, means it is far away from the source charge, means it is out of the range, or it is the out of the electric field. Okay, so this P point is initially at the out of the electric field. If we want to move this test charge from P point to A point, this is the new location of the test charge where we want to shift it. But what is the location of the test charge? Okay, and the new final location of the test charge, this is your within the electric field. So initially it was outside, means infinity, and finally it is within the electric field, and you can specify that position. Let's suppose that new position is at a distance of small r. So we have a source charge plus Q, we have an electric field region of that, we have a test charge which is initially at infinity, means outside the electric field, but after shifting from P to A, its final position is within the electric field, means its final position is well defined. And what is the well defined position of that test charge? It is at a distance of small r from the source charge. So definitely if the test charge is initially out of the electric field, and now I want, or we want, to transfer that test charge within the electric field. So to move that test charge from P to A means we have to move in inward. Source charge is positive, test charge is also being positive, and positive always repel. So definitely there is a force of repulsion. So there is a force of repulsion. We try to move the charge in outward direction, but we want to move from P to A means in inward direction. So to move the test charge from P to A, we have to do some work. And what is the electrical potential or electric potential, or you can simply call electrostatic potential? What is electrostatic potential? It is defined as amount of work done to move a test charge from infinity to a point within the electric field. So what is electric potential? It is the amount of work done to move a test charge from infinity to a point within the electric field, and that is amount of work done to move a test charge. So the work done per unit test charge. This work done per unit test charge from where to where? From infinity to a point within the electric field. That work done per unit test charge is simply called as potential. You can also call this as an electric potential, or you can also call this as an electrostatic potential. Okay. So here we are moving our charge from P to A. Okay. Before going to the further concept, I want to clarify something regarding this. At the starting of the lecture, means at the starting of our unit, when we started the electrostats in the first lecture, I clearly mentioned or clearly specify that we are going to work on electrostats, means charge in the state of rest. It means charge आपका equilibrium में होगा. But at the same point, I also mentioned one thing, that sometimes at some places we feel that charge is moving. But it does not mean that if charge is moving, so something is happening to that. If the charge is moving, so what is the meaning of that moving? And I am again clearing, whenever the charge is moving, and in this case also the charge is moving from P to A, so you can also you can also raise your point that, sir, you said that the charge should be at rest and here is the charge is moving. So I told you that whenever the charge is moving, so it is moving in such a manner that the rate of change of velocity, it means the acceleration of charge is negligible or zero. So that's why if it is moving, so it is moving with the zero acceleration. There is no acceleration effect in that. So that amount of work done per unit test charge is called as electric potential. And now we can add something about that. We can have the SI unit. So what is work done? You know that work done is joule and charge is coulomb. So joule per coulomb. And the another unit from the class 10th, you know, volt. So you can have that definition. Volt means you can also write joule per coulomb or the volt. Okay. Now, since we know about the definition, let us find out the electric potential for that. So we have one definition and one formula on the basis of definition. But let us try to make this formula in terms of the separation, source charge, or you can say about the test charge. So basically, electric potential, it is the work done to move a test charge from infinity to the point A. So if we want electric potential, we required to calculate what is the amount of work done from P to A. उसको P से A तक धक्का मार के लेके आने में आपको कितना work done करना पड़ेगा. So let us try to find out the work done from where to where? From P to A. You can say from infinity to R. Means initially when it is at infinity and finally it is at distance R. So since we are moving a test charge from infinity to r, so first of all identify that variable which is changing. Means identify that quantity which is changing. So कौन सा ऐसा चीज है जो change हो रहा है P to A आने में, and that variable is your separation. So let's suppose that variable separation is x. So what is x is defining? X is defining the variable separation. Means the separation between the test charge and the source charge which is varying, which is changing. From where to where? From infinity to r. So we have to calculate the work done from infinity to r. So to calculate that work done, first of all we will try to find out the work done for the small change in variable. So let us take a Q point which is at a distance of the dx from the P point. Means firstly we are going to find out the small amount of work done for the small displacement, and as usual according to our previous technique, then we will integrate the whole work done from where to where? From infinity to r. And once we have a work done, we can have the electric potential. So let us find out. So since for small amount of displacement, dx, small work done. So we are going to do a small amount of work done. And what is that small amount of work done? F vector dot dx vector. Means force vector dot displacement. So now, what is that? This is your source charge which is positive in nature. This is test charge which is also in a positive in behavior. And since both are positive in behavior, so that electrostatic force is going to be repulsive in nature. And what is the magnitude of that electrostatic force? According to Coulomb, it would be 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q1 Q2 divided by square of the separation between them, and the initial separation that we have taken was x square, the variable separation, because we are going to find out what is the force experience at a P point. But force vector dot displacement, so F into dx, and when you remove the dot product it would be cos. Now check this out. Since at the P point your test charge is experiencing a repulsive force because of the source charge, because both are the like in nature, and since both are like in the nature, the force is repulsive, but we want displacement towards the inward side. So what would be the angle between force and displacement? It would be 180 degree, and cos 180 it would be negative f, means negative 1. So this negative sign shows that we have to do the work, but against the electrical force. Means the electrical force is repelling the test charge, but if we want to move that test charge from P to A, we have to do the work but against it. That negative sign shows this factor, and that is because of 180 degree. So now place that value. So your force is 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q naught x square. So this is the small amount of work that we have to do to move a test charge from P to Q, means for the small displacement. So thus net work done from where to where? From P to A. So the net amount of work done from P to A. So we have to do the integration, and what is the final, or you can say what is the specific position of P is infinity, and what is the final or specific position of A is R. So what is the net amount of work done? The integration of small work done from infinity to R. So it would be infinity to R negative 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q naught x square dx. Take out all the constant factor out of the integration. You know that it is negative 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q naught. What left behind? It is 1 by x square dx from infinity to r. And you all know that, and you can also try. The integration of 1 by x square dx is negative 1 by x. You all know that. Take that x square on the upper side, it would be x power minus 2, and you can apply the expression or the rule of integration. That integration of x power n is x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, and your final answer would be negative 1 by x. So your net work done, negative 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q naught, negative 1 by x from infinity to r. Negative negative, it would be positive, and it would become 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q naught. So solve the limit, it would be upper limit 1 by r minus lower limit 1 by infinity. And we all know that 1 by infinity is always 0. So your net work done is 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q naught by r. So this is the net amount of work that we have to do to move our test charge from P to A, means from infinity to a point within the electric field. So this is the amount of work that we have to do. So thus, what is your potential? So the potential would be work done per unit test charge. So amount of work done divided by test charge. So your expression would be 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r. And here we have an expression for electric potential due to, you can say, due to point charge. So electric potential due to point charge, and that final expression is 1 by 4 pi efficient naught capital Q by R. So after looking at the expression, we get to know about the three things again, that on what factors that electric potential depends. So the first factor on which it depends, that is your efficient naught, means the permittivity, and you know that the permittivity depends upon the nature of the medium between the two charges. So if I change the medium between the source charge and the test charge, definitely that electric potential will also change. Second factor, electric potential depend upon the charge, but which charge that it depends, and that charge is your source charge. So electric potential depends upon the magnitude of the source charge. And the third factor on which that we are going to work, that is your separation. So the electric potential depend upon one more factor, and that factor on which the electric potential depend, that factor is the separation, means the point where you are going to finally deliver your test charge, जहाँ पे आप लोग अपने test charge को finally place करना चाहते हैं, means the separation of point A from the source charge, that separation. So here are the terms that we discuss about the electric potential. So here we are done with our first topic of the 1.3, means electric potential, and we have studied that it is the amount of work done to move a test charge from infinity to a point within the electric field, and we have expressed it. But now the thing that I want to discuss little bit. The first thing that I want to discuss about the electric potential, that you will note it down, that we have written its SI unit. Let's talk about its nature. And the nature of the electric potential is scalar quantity. So what is the nature of the electric potential? It is scalar quantity, and it teaches us a various lot of things, and it gives the hints for the future doing the numerical or the derivation of the electric potential. Since it is the work done per unit charge, means how much work that you have done per unit charge, per unit test charge. So work done and test charge both are a scalar quantity, and they will results or they will conclude a new quantity which is electric potential, which would be also the scalar quantity. And if electric potential is a scalar quantity, so what are the things that we have to keep in our mind? Number one thing, I will write all those things just after this derivation, but the thing that we have to keep in our mind, number one, since it is a scalar quantity, so it is not going to obey the vector addition law. It is going to obey the simple algebraic addition method. Means if we have 4 potential V1, V2, V3, V4. So what is the net potential at that point? It would be the algebraic sum of all the potential. We do not have to look about their direction because it is not a vector quantity. So that is your first point that you have to keep in mind. The second point that we have to keep in mind, and for that point I want to give you just only an example, and I personally request that you can try at your home. That point is, what would be happen if this source charge would be negative? What is going to be happen? You can try by your own. If this source charge is negative, this angle is going to be 0 degree. Why? If this source charge is negative, test charge is always being positive. The force, in spite of doing the repulsive behavior, the force will show the attractive behavior. And if the force will show the attractive behavior and displacement is also towards the inward side, the angle would be 0 degree. If angle is 0, so cos 0 is plus 1. So it would be positive, it would be positive. And if it is positive, and when you solve this is positive, this is positive. But the integration of 1 by x square would be negative, and your final expression would be negative. So if your source charge is negative, your electric potential would be negative. Means V would be 1 by 4 pi efficient naught negative q by r. And when the source charge is positive, electric potential is positive. So what we came to know, that whatever be the sign of the source charge, the final electric potential would be of same sign. So it indicates us that while doing the derivation or while doing the numericals of electric potential, we are going to use the sign of the charges in the expression. So up to now, I was always saying that avoid the use of the sign in the numericals or the expressions. But the expression or the numericals from which I was suggesting you to avoid the sign, those quantities are electric force and electric field. But both the quantities are a vector quantity. So they have their direction, and we indicates the direction of electric field either outward or inward. For positive it is outward, for negative it is inward. Electric force either repulsive or either attractive, we always indicate the direction. So by indicating the direction we can use the effect of the sign of the charges. But here we can't give the direction to the electric potential because it is scalar in behavior. And if it is so, we have to use the sign somewhere. But where we can use? We can't give the direction. And if we can't give the direction, so we have the last option, that we are going to use the sign of the charge in the expression only. So the note that we are going to note down just after this, that note is we have to use the sign of charges while doing the expression for electric potential. Done? So here we have our first topic of the today's lecture or this lecture, and that topic is electric potential due to point charge. So have the diagram, have the definition that we are going to work, amount of work done per unit charge, its SI units, its nature, and the expression till the end. First of all, note it down please everyone. Okay everyone, so I hope you have all been noted down your electric potential expression, and now the next topic that I am going to discuss with you. So I am going to change a little bit in the topic. I haven't rubbed the whole topic, so for one reason is that so that I have to do a less work ताकि मुझे काम कम करना पड़े. But the most important thing that I want to compare this with your previous topic, and our next topic is electric potential difference. The previous topic was electric potential and this topic is electric potential difference, that you can have the symbol delta V. Okay, so now we are going to work on that, and for that we have to change a little bit in the diagram, so please try to understand. So, what was the potential? If I revise the potential again, potential was the amount of work done to move a test charge from infinity to a point within the electric field. So now, let's suppose we have a test charge where at P point. Here we have a test charge. But now, what is the location of the P point? Whether it is outside the electric field means you do not know where it is that location, or whether it is inside the electric field. So definitely in this time or in this case, the point P is within the electric field, which indicates that the position of the P point is well defined to us. And if the position of the P point is well defined to us, so let's suppose that position is RP. Let's suppose that. Or if you want to give this as a R1, it is your choice. So let's take R1. Okay. Now, I want to move. So it is going to be little bit congested. So let us move this source charge a little bit away so that the diagram can be more clear to you. So I am trying with that so that आपको diagram ज़्यादा clear हो. So the P point was within the electric field, and now I want to move this P point test charge, mean test charge from P point to A point. And what is the location of the A point? R2. So R1 was your initial position this time, and R2 is your final position this time. In the previous topic, just the topic that we have done recently, in that topic our initial position was infinity and final position was just simple R. Okay, so here the test charge is moving from one point to another point but within the electric field. So again the same concept. If we want to move a test charge from one point to another point, but in this case both the points are well defined or inside that electric field. So if we want to move the test charge from one point to another point within the electric field, we have to do the sum work. And that amount of work done per unit test charge is called as potential difference. So what is the potential difference? It is the amount of work done to move a test charge from one point to another point within the electric field. What was electric potential? I am revising the previous definition. It is the amount of work done to move a test charge from infinity to a point within the electric field. And here we have to do the work done from one point to another point within the electric field. Means in short term, if I want to say, in both the definitions we have to move the test charge. आपको test charge को move करना पड़ेगा. But कहाँ से कहाँ? That is the difference. Means if you want to take the example like a courier boy, that Q0, the Q0 is your package जो आपने courier मंगाया है. So it is the some item that you have placed online order, आप लोगों ने Amazon, Flipkart पे कर दिया. So now there are the two methods of delivering. Number one, कि आप लोग उसे deliver उस packet को कहाँ से pick कर रहे हैं. So from where that packet has been picked up, and from or at which point it has been delivered. So it has been picked up from the outside of the country. अगर country से बाहर से उठाया और country के अंदर लेके आया आप लोग. So this is your outside से अंदर लेके आ रहे हैं. That is called your electric potential. Simple definition. But अगर आप within the country ही अगर transfer कर रहे हो, अंदर ही अंदर means एक से इंडिया के अंदर, from one part of the India to the another part of the India, if you are delivering the packet from in this manner, that is called the potential difference. Means here you have to do work from one point to another. and that's why it is called as potential difference. So what would be the definition of potential difference? It is defined as the amount of work done to move a test charge from that thing which is going to change. And what is going to change? It is the amount of work done to move a test charge from one point to another point within the electric field. So this is your potential difference, that you have to do the work to move the test charge from one point to another point, but both the points should be within the electric field. And mathematically, delta V would be W by Q naught. So, since its definition has a slightly difference from the potential, so and its symbol is also be slightly different. So to represent the potential difference, we use delta V, or sometimes we use dV. You can use that. So amount of work done to move a test charge. But from where to where? From P to A. And according to our example, we specify that position, and that position is from R1 to R2. So we have to do the work done from R1 to R2. So in the same manner, if you want to make the SI unit, it would be joule per coulomb or volt. Or if you want to talk about the nature, again as usual, its nature is going to be scalar quantity. Okay, so I am writing here nature is scalar quantity, because work done per unit test charge. And if it is scalar quantity, all the previous rules that we discussed recently about their how to get the net potential, how to use the expression, वो सारे यहीं पर और यहाँ पे वापस से apply होंगे. So we will note it down just after this expression, but let's start with that. So if we want to calculate the potential difference between P and A, again we have to calculate work done from P to A per unit test charge. So to calculate the work done from P to A, again consider a Q point which is at a distance of dx, and again consider the distance of the P point from the Q charge is x. And what is x again? It is the variable separation, because the separation is changing while you are moving from P to A. So let us consider that variable separation is x, and that small separation that we have considered from P and Q, that small displacement is dx or delta x. Start from here again. Since for small amount of displacement dx, the small work has to be done. And what would be the small work done? F vector dot displacement vector. Again, in this example, I again taken the source charge as a positive. Test charge is also positive. So the electric force would be repulsive in nature, because both are positive in nature. But I revise or quickly or modify it. If you take your source charge as a negative, it would be positive, so it would be attractive in nature. So according to that situation, this angle also changes. But here both the charges are positive, so angle would be 180 degree, because it is going to be repulsive and displacement is going in inward direction. So it is cos 180, it is -1. So what is the force? 1 by 4 pi efficient naught source charge into test charge and the square of the separation, and that separation is for a moment is x. Okay, and the small amount of work done this. So let us find out the net amount of work done from P to A. So the net amount of work done from P to A, we have to integrate it. But from where to where we are changing the position of the test charge in this condition, and that changing position is from R1 to R2. So I think इतना तो अब आप लोग समझ ही गए हैं that what is the difference in the expression, or by deducing the expression of simple electric potential and electric potential difference. मीन दोनों के derivation में what is that minute difference, and that minute difference holds within the definition. So if you understand the definition कि मुझे कहाँ से कहाँ work done करना है, expression is definitely in your pocket. So I think ये अब आप लोग खुद कर ही सकते हैं. दैट द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्क इज फॉर योरसेल्फ. सो बाकी का काम आई एम लीविंग फॉर यू. सो प्लीज, this is your homework. You will complete this expression. Okay, I am just only going to write the final expression. So after solving this, the final expression that we are going to get, 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q, 1 by r2 minus 1 by r. And this is being the expression for what? Potential difference. When you solve this, so from here to here, how I reach? So you will try by yourself. You will do. You can do. Definitely you can do by yourself. The only thing that is changing is the limits, or you can say the range from where to where we are doing that work. And so this is the final expression that we are going to get about the potential difference. But if we try to open it, this bracket, so what we are going to get? Let us try. 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r2 minus 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r. So here we get the potential difference in the two forms. But if you look at this question or this expression, 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r, simple. So 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r, it is your simple potential. So the potential at any point, it was 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r. But here 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r2, and r2 is the position of A. So definitely this would be the potential of A. Negative means minus 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q by r1. It is also again the potential, but r1 is the position of what? Or which point? You can say it is the potential of P point. So you can also write the potential difference between A and P is VA minus VP. Means the potential difference between both the points, point A and point P, would be potential of A minus potential of P. Or you can also use this expression, 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q, 1 by position of A minus 1 by position of P point. Means 1 by position of final point minus 1 by position of initial. And that we have all about the next topic, electric potential difference. So what is our next topic? Electric potential difference due to again point charge, or you can say due to again source charge. So as usual, like the previous expression, I request everyone present on that side that please note it down, your diagram, your definition, your derivation. You will do by your own, and your final expression. So now we are going to summarize both what we learned from both the derivation or expression that we have derived recently. We will discuss this. And now after this we will proceed to the next one. So first of all, please note it down this by pausing the video. Okay, done? Now please try to understand. So what we have derived up to here and what we concluded from here. अब तक हम लोगों ने इससे क्या सीखा? So we have discussed the 2 points. So the first point that we discussed is electric potential, and we derive its expression. It is W by Q naught, which is equal to 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q by R. And second thing that we derived is electric potential difference that we discussed recently, and that expression is delta V is also amount of work done per unit test charge, but it is also equal to 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Means 1 by final position जहां पे हमें उस पैकेट की डिलीवरी करनी है, or 1 by R2 means R2 is that initial position from where you have picked that packet, जहां से आपने उस पैकेट को पिक किया था. Okay, so we have the two position. In this case, we have done the work from infinity to R. So the initial जहां से आपने पैकेट को पिक किया, that position was infinity, but जहां पे आपको उसे डिलीवर करना था, that was R. And from here, in this case, we were delivering from R1 to R. So we have discussed these two expressions, but about these two expressions, we came to know that both the expressions are scalar quantity, because both are amount of work done per unit test charge. So work done is scalar, test charge means the charge is the scalar quantity that we discussed in our first lecture when we discussed the properties of the charges. So if it is a scalar quantity, so what is that note that I want that you should note it down? And that note is, if it is a scalar quantity, so first point is net potential is always algebraic sum of individual potential. So the net potential is always the algebraic sum of individual potentials. So you can say the net potential is V1 plus V2 plus whatever be the number of the potential that you are talking about. It is the algebraic sum, not the vector sum. And the second but most important point, since it is a scalar quantity, so it does not have any direction. So if it does not have any direction, so we can't represent the positive and the negative behavior in the diagram by showing the arrow. We can't do that because arrow shows the direction, and since it does not have any direction, so we can't use the arrow. So where we are going to use those positive and negative sign, and about that point is always use the sign of charges in the expressions of potentials. So whenever you are going to use these expressions, जब भी आप लोग इन expressions को use करने वाले हैं, you have to use the sign of the charges. If the charge is positive, you have to use it, and if the charge is negative, you have to use that negative sign. So up to here, so अब हमारे पास दो नोट हो चुके हैं. That when we are dealing the expression for force and electric field, we will never use the sign because they are in vector form, because they have the direction and we can indicate in the diagram, but it does not, so we have to use the sign. So before going to the next topic, because the next topic that we are going to discuss in this lecture, these topics are found to be very familiar to you, क्योंकि हम लोगों ने इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, इलेक्ट्रिक कॉन्सेप्ट को समझने में टाइम लगा लिया है, और इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल कहीं ना कहीं उनके साथ लिंक्ड है. एंड इफ इट इज सो, इट विल डेफिनेटली हमारे उस चीज को बहुत क्विकली करने में हेल्प करेगा. सो इट विल हेल्प अस आउट टू डू लिटिल बिट फास्टर एंड वी कैन डू दैट. सो आई थिंक, मुझे लगता है कि हम लोग यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा जल्दी कर सकते हैं, टाइम को सेव कर सकते हैं, और आप लोग उसे आसानी से समझ भी सकते हैं. बट बिफोर दैट, प्लीज नोट इट डाउन ऑल द एक्सप्रेशन एंड ऑल द की पॉइंट्स. Okay, done? Now, so since we have studied the electric potential due to point charge, and now we are going to study again the electric potential due to dipole. So I think this word is again familiar to you. So here we are going to again study what we are going to study again? We are going to study again the electric dipole. हम दोबारा से electric dipole को study करने वाले हैं. And once we are going to study the electric dipole again, so you know that what is electric dipole? It is the pair of equal and opposite charges separated by some certain distance. And that distance that we always take is 2a with that symbol. So we are going to study that electric dipole But what we are going to find out in this factor, or in this case, we are going to find out the electric potential. Previously, we found the electric field due to electric dipole. And there were two cases to find electric field. Number one along the axial line, and number two is along the equatorial line. And with the same note, we are going to do the same expressions again. We are going to find out the electric potential along axial line, and number two we are going to find out along the equatorial line. So axial line that we are going to work on first of all. So let's start with that. So again, let's suppose we have an electric dipole plus Q, and here we have minus Q, separated by certain distance, and let us consider that distance is 2. So we have the two charges plus minus Q separated by the certain distance 2. Let us consider the P point, and that P point is at a distance of x from the center. And if you try to look at the diagram, and if you try to compare that diagram, initially the diagram would be the same as that we studied earlier about the electric field. The only difference in that derivation or that expression and that is, in that case we study about the electric field, and here we are going to study about electric potential. So at that P point, so let us consider the language. So let us consider an electric dipole plus minus Q of length 2a. Okay, a point P is considered at a distance of x from the center of that. Okay, so now we are going to study electric potential at P point. So at P point, how many potentials are going to be at? So there are the two potentials which are going to be at a P point, one because of plus Q, another because of minus Q. So let us find out electric potential at P due to plus Q. So let us suppose that potential is V1. So help me out. So what is the formula for electric potential? 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q. Q means source charge. So the charge because of which we are going to study the potential is plus Q. So we will use the symbol. We will use the sign of the charge because it is a scalar quantity. So you have to use here. And what is the separation of plus Q and the P point? This one is your x, and that separation is a. So what is that separation? X plus a. Just you have to be little bit focused and little bit be careful that its formula is 1 by 4 pi efficient naught Q by R. Only the separation, not the R square pe mat chale jana. Done? So now the next potential at P point due to negative Q. So now potential at P due to minus Q charge. So help me out with that, and that potential, let's suppose V2, 1 by 4 pi efficient naught, because of which charge we are going to study? Minus Q. So we will use the sign, and what is the distance here? This one is x, this one is a. So ये भी आपका a है because O is the midpoint of the dipole. So that left is x minus a. Clear? So we have the two potentials at the P point. So thus net potential at P. So net potential at P. So V axial, because it is along the axis of the dipole. So how many potentials we have? 2. So what would be the net potential? V1 plus V2, because it is a scalar quantity and it will obey simple algebraic sum. So it would be V1 1 by 4 pi efficient naught plus q by x plus a plus 1 by 4 pi efficient naught V2 is negative q by x minus a. Okay, so now you have to solve this only mathematically. V axial, what is the common? 1 by 4 pi efficient naught, q is common, what left? 1 by x plus a minus 1 by x minus. Take the LCM. V axial is 1 by 4 pi efficient naught q. LCM x plus a into x minus a, and x minus a minus x minus a. So x minus a will go here, but there is negative sign, so carefully do that mathematical work. So what would be V axial left? 1 by 4 pi efficient naught, x cancel with the x, and what left? Minus a, it would be minus 2a. So q into 2a divided by x plus a into x minus a, x square minus a square. And we all know that what is q into 2a? Revise it. It is small p, electric dipole moment. The product of the charge and the separation between the charge is called as electric dipole moment. So what we have? V axial is equal to negative 1 by 4 pi efficient naught p by x square minus a square. And here we have the expression for electric potential at P point, which is at the axial line of the electric dipole. But similarly, like the previous that we have studied about the electric dipole, if dipole is short, or you can say for short dipole, means when a is very less than x, and if it is so, the a square can be neglected, and what left? V axial is equal to negative 1 by 4 pi efficient naught p by x square. And here we have an expression for electric potential along the axial line of the electric dipole. So I think that looks pretty much, not saying fully, but near about. You can also adjust that. Out of the 100, it is pretty much looking like 40% to resemble karta hai. The only thing that we have to change, we have to use all the concept, all the expressions of the electric potential instead of electric field. Otherwise, the rest of thing according to me is same. So please note it down. This expression means electric potential due to dipole along the axial line. So first of all, please note it down. Done? Okay. Now we are going to work on the second one, and that second expression is electric potential along equatorial line. So the first one was axial. So V axial that we got is negative 1 by 4 pi efficient naught p by x square for short dipole that we have studied. Let us study the second case. Equatorial line means perpendicular to the axis of the dipole. So let us study in the same manner in which we studied the electric dipole, equatorial due to electric field. So here we have plus q charge, here we have minus q charge. And what is the separation between them? The separation between them is 2a. Let us consider a P point at a distance of x. So let us consider a P point at a distance of x from the center of the dipole. So we have to find out the net potential at the P point. So I think the work is again same. So that distance is x. this distance is A because it is center, and according to Pythagoras theorem, this would be your how much? X square minus A square. Okay, so we have to find out the net potential at P. Now, I'm again leaving this expression to your side to solve as a expression जो आपके लिए homework होगा. So in this lecture, I'm just only putting two derivations. That small derivation of the electric potential difference, and the second derivation, this whole derivation means electric potential at a point due to electric dipole, but the position of that point is equatorial. So I am holding this expression to your side. मैं आपकी तरफ leave कर रहा हूँ as a homework, and please the student, those who have completed up to the 9th lecture, वो इस चीज को completely done करके देंगे मुझे जितना जल्दी possible हो सके. I want the answer from every single student on that side. मुझे सबसे answer चाहिए. What is the electric potential due to electric dipole at the equatorial point? You know the procedure. You have to write out the language, and at the P point, at the P point, how many electrical potential are going to be at? One because of plus, another because of minus. You remember all the technique, remember all the relevance point for the electric potential. It is scalar quantity, so how we can calculate the net? Do we have to use the sign or not? And then give me the net electric potential at the P point. So here, that's all that we discuss about, that I want to discuss in this lecture. So in this lecture, we have done the 4 expressions. So we study about the electric potential difference, then we talk about the electric potential along the axial line and electric potential along the equatorial line. So that's all from my side in this lecture. We will meet in the next lecture with some more topic related to the electric potential, and we will continue. A student, those who are lacking, please hurry up, please. So you can just draw the diagram. I will not say just write it. That is the thing that you have to give me by filling. So this is your homework. You have to do by your own. So please, just note it down your homework, and that's homework is only from this lecture. Thank you very much.